Hi friends, I hope you guys are doing well this morning. I was just listening to one of my favorite songs. It's called Tell Me the Stories of Jesus. Tell me the stories of Jesus I love to hear. Things I would ask him to tell me if he were here. Scenes by the wayside, tales of the sea. Stories of Jesus, tell them to me. That's one of my favorite songs, and it has me thinking about some of my favorite stories of Jesus. Honestly, I could go on for hours talking about my favorite stories of Jesus. But I have one in particular story that I would like to share with you guys today, and it's actually one of our Bible stories for this morning. It's the story of Jesus' ascension. Will you join me in reading it today? After Jesus died and rose again, he and his disciples got together near Jerusalem. Jesus had some instructions for them. As you know, God is doing amazing things in the world, he said, and your help is needed. We need you to go and tell stories about me. Tell your friends and family and everyone you meet what you have learned by following me. Be my witnesses in the world. Then suddenly, Jesus was raising up in the air. What was going on? He was being lifted into a cloud. Jesus' friends looked around. 2 men in white robes had joined them. The men said, "Why are you just standing around, looking up toward heaven? Don't worry, Jesus will come back again someday." "Right," said one of Jesus' disciples. "Meanwhile, we have some work to do. Let's get going." The disciples knew what they had to do when they had witnessed something so miraculous, something that was quite literally a miracle. They had to go and share the story of Jesus with everybody. Some of my favorite stories of Jesus are the time Jesus fed the thousands with fish and bread, the woman at the well story, and even the Christmas story. I love the Christmas story. Remember the song I told you about at the beginning of this video? Tell me the stories of Jesus that I love to hear. I wonder what your favorite story of Jesus is. I'd like if you could share it with the person that you're watching this video with, or even just say it out loud right now. I'd love to know what your favorite story of Jesus is. I know, it can be hard to pick just one, trust me. Like I said, I can go on for hours about my favorite stories of Jesus. But here's my challenge for you this week. My challenge for you this week is to ask somebody who maybe you see every day, maybe a parent or a sibling, or maybe call a grandparent. You can even call me. Call somebody or talk to somebody and ask them what their favorite story of Jesus is. Just listen to them and how they tell it, even if it's a story you've heard a million times before. And then I want you to share your favorite story of Jesus with them, or one of your favorite stories of Jesus. Like I said, I know it's hard to pick one. Share the story with them and listen as they share theirs with you. These stories matter, and listening to how people tell these stories matters, and sharing them. It may seem so small. This may be someone you talk to every day. But this is how we begin to share the stories of Jesus, just like Jesus calls us to in this story we read today. I'd love to hear your favorite stories of Jesus, and I'm sure the people living around you would too. I can't wait to hear all of the stories you get to share this week. Will you guys join me in a word of prayer? Dear God, we praise you.
We praise you
for the amazing stories in our Bible. Bless us as we begin. To share your stories. Amen. Thank you guys. I hope you have lots and tons of fun of sharing stories this week of Jesus and some of your favorite stories that are in our Bible. See you guys next week.